How's it going, guys? Mike here, and I am just another UK gamer, and welcome to my guide on how to complete the Dead of the Night Easter egg. This will be simple and straight to the point, whilst retaining every crucial bit of information needed in order to complete this Easter egg. Every location for everything is listed inside this video, and if there is a specific part of the Easter egg that you don't understand, there is going to be some timestamps on screen right now, so you can take yourself to the section of the video to see what you need to do. But if you have the time to watch the entire guide, that would be much appreciated. Before we do head into the guide, there is a few things you need to learn before watching this guide. I've decided to keep these out of the video just so it's not too long or longer than it needs to be. So you need to know how to open Pack-a-Punch, how to obtain the free wonder weapon, but this can also be obtained from the box, but the free one it's really simple to get, so it's really not wasting any time. You need to know how to craft silver bullets, how to upgrade the wonder weapon, and then how to build the shield. All these guides are inside a playlist that I have linked inside the description of this video, so if there is something that you are unsure about, just go, give this video a pause, give one of them guides a watch, and then play this again and continue the quest. Okay, so now you know how to do all of them, and it's time for the main quest. There isn't really steps that you have to follow in this Easter egg. It's basically open Pack-a-Punch and then 3 smaller quest lines you have to complete. So the way I tell you them isn't the order you have to do them in. 2 of them do, however, require the fully upgraded wonder weapon, which is why I said do the previous things that I just mentioned first, and then you can simply pick which quest you want to do in any order that you want to do them. So starting with the Wickerman quest, you have to go down into the cellar after you've unlocked the Pack-a-Punch and relook into the blue stone. There'll be no hint or on-screen prompt to press the use button to look into it, but you still have to do it anyway, and this will show you a different object, which will be a Wickerman, and then you have to head into the cemetery and shoot branches off 5 trees. In the game, these trees will shake leaves, so it's more obvious. However, for some reason in theater mode, this seems to be really glitchy and doesn't really show in this video. However, the locations for the trees are as follows. The first is to the left as you've just come out the library. You then make a 180 and take the right stairs leading up to the cemetery, and as you get around that curve, the second tree will be right in front of you. You then make a right and again up the next set of stairs. The tree will be at the top of these stairs here. You then carry on going forward and take the curve around the back of the building just past the teleporter, and the 4th tree is here. Then take the stairs that are directly in front of you downwards, and the final tree will be at the bottom of these stairs. So once you've shot on all the tree branches down and you've held the use button to pick them up, then we'll go to this middle area here. And what you have to do is look at the graves and see which one says 1912. There will also be a character's face above it, and this is the only person that can complete the next step of this quest. You could easily have that person go into this vision, go down to pass it on to the next person, but honestly, you're just wasting time. It's better to have everyone learn how to do it. So once you've actually found the character that has 1912 on their grave, they simply press the use button on their grave and it will put them in some sort of green vision, and they have to walk over to the sticks and then they'll automatically build themselves into a Wickerman. You then shoot the ground in front of it with the fully upgraded wonder weapon until the fire element appears, and then immediately press the use button to get onto the Wickerman, and it'll burn and then transform you into a ghost. Now, to finish this quest, only the person who's been transformed into the ghost can do this. They will be invisible to everyone else, but zombies can still attack them, and they have to simply find a ghost around the map and escort that ghost back to the cemetery. The known locations where the ghost spawns is right at the back of the Dedu perk, the top of the stairs at the back end of the master bedroom, the dining room at the top right side, and then in the library. I'm not too sure of any of the locations. If you can't see the ghost in any of these areas, it's best just to look in windows in these areas, as sometimes the ghost is just hidden a little bit further out than walking around the map. Once you've found the ghost, simply follow it back to the cemetery until she turns into flames and it'll drop a part. You simply then hold square on this piece and she drops it, and that is the end of the quest line. To claim this piece, you have to do a ritual, and to start this, all players in the game at the same time must hold square on this rock until it's fully lit up and starts to float. This will then trap you inside the cemetery, and it's as simple as survive. It will start with zombies, then introduce vampires and werewolves. But after everything is dead, you'll get a completion noise and a max ammo will drop, and that quest line is now complete. The next challenge is the telescope challenge, and to start this quest off you need to look back into the green gem inside the library after you've opened Pack-a-Punch, and once you've done that you need everyone inside your game to go into the cemetery, and at the same time you all must shoot the little coil at the top of the back building with silver bullets. Now once you've done this, the coil will go down and some sort of laser will appear shooting a beam into like a disc on the roof, and that's going to get caught halfway between there and the labs. This is where the first puzzle is going to take place. You need to make your way back to the huge statue in the middle of the main hall, and you will notice that there is now a green, red and a blue light. The aim here is to rotate the center ball so it matches with all three colours, and honestly at first look it looks difficult, but it is so simple thanks to a method from a fellow YouTuber, Chaos Basilisk. I will leave his link in the description for this brilliant method. Go and show him some love. Now as you go back up the side stairs into the spawn area, you will notice that the 3 boxes at spawn will now have a dial that will pop out of them, and all you have to do is simply this. You keep hitting the box on the left side all the way around until you see the blue light shining. You then go to the right box, and again you keep hitting that right box, but this time you wait until the green one is shining. At this point blue and green should both be lit up. You then go to the middle box and you keep hitting this middle box until the red light shines, and you will notice that the green and the blue are moving out of place, but it's okay, they are meant to. And after the red one is now shining and the blue and green is now out of place, you go back to the left dial and then you keep hitting that left dial until all 3 are lit up. And it really is as simple as that, and this method is guaranteed to work every single game. Once this is complete, the statue will crumble and the beam will continue on into the lab, and when entering the lab you'll see that the coils in the ceiling are now all lit up, and the console on the top floor is also lit up, showing you some zodiac signs. Now it looks again difficult at first glance, but it's actually super simple, and it actually doesn't require you to know the order of the zodiac signs. They are just placeholders. It could have been shapes, and the way this quest works wouldn't have changed because it's nothing to do with the order of the zodiac symbols themselves. The aim here is to get a 3 symbol sequence, and to actually input the symbols where you have the sequence you hold the use button on either the left or the right side to rotate it, and when you actually have your symbol on the top in the little box you knife it and that'll input the symbol into the machine. And how do you know the order, you ask? It's as simple as this. There are 7 locations around the map that can be a place that one of these symbols can spawn, and each location has 3 sets of scratch marks. Something to know about this is only 3 of these 7 locations will have a symbol, and where the symbol is, it doesn't spawn all 3 scratch marks every time. It can spawn either 1 set, 2 sets, or even all 3 sets. You just have to check all 3 locations to be sure of the order. Also, these scratch marks can have between 1 to 5 scratches, and all you have to do is add the scratches up to give you a number for that symbol. You check all 7 locations and do this adding for the 3 locations that contain the symbols, and then you have your order. So now you know how to figure it out. It's time that I now just give you the 7 symbol locations with all the scratch marks locations within each area, and let me tell you, this could go on for a while guys, so be prepared for this. The first area is inside the master bedroom and trophy room, and the symbol location is to the right of the glass cabinet in the back of the room, and the scratch locations are as follows. You take a 180 from the symbol location and it's to the left side of the fireplace. You then take a right and head over into the bedroom itself, and it'll be on the left side of the bed on top of some drawers. Then the third location is just behind you outside the zombies barrier on the left wall. The second area is inside the main hall, and the symbol location is between these 2 pillars at the bottom of the west wing stairs, and the scratch locations are as follows. To the right of the main hall stairs is a lady with a swan statue. It's just to the left of this. You then turn around and directly to the left of this symbol location will be the next set of scratches. Then the final set is through the arc that's going towards Pack-a-Punch, and you take a right, a hard right should I say, and it'll be above this statue engraving. The third area is the dining room, and the symbol location is to the right of the door that leads to the labs, and the scratch locations are as follows. You make a 180 from that symbol location, and just outside the map to the left of the candle holders will be your first set. Again, make another 180, and on the front side of the dining room table will be your second location. And then the third is just as you come into the dining room for the main hall on the ceiling. This will be above actually one of the silver bullet pieces, so if you know where that spawns, you'll know where to find this a lot easier. The fourth area is the wine cellar, and the symbol location is at the bottom of the wine shelves, and the scratch locations are as follows. Just to the left of the symbol location, you take that path, and to the back end there'll be some huge barrels. It'll be on this first one here. You then make a 180 and go back to the other side of the room, the second set of scratches on the wooden door. And then the final location is again make a 180 from the second one and go to the very end of the room, and it'll be on these barrels next to the candle holder. The fifth area is the Danu statue, which I believe is called the entrance hall. I'm not too sure. All I know is it's the Danu statue, and the symbol location is just to the left of the perk itself underneath this table, and the scratch locations are as follows. Make a right and it's on the statue's shield. You then make a kind of 180 and it's on the side of this pillar. And then the final location is on the opposite wall up high. It's the left wall as you're going in towards the entrance hall itself. The sixth area is the billiards room, which is the snooker room, and the symbol is located under the table at the side of the pool table, and the scratch locations are as follows. On the back wall just to the right of the symbol, it'll be up high next to the shelf. You then make a 180 and it's on the left wall as you enter from the room where you build the shield. It'll be again on the top left corner of this bookshelf. And then finally, as you come into the room again, it's to the right side underneath this table. The final area is the library, and the symbol location is inside the cabinet towards the back. It's just to the left of the wonder weapon itself, and the scratch locations are as follows. You make a 180 from the symbol and it's on the wooden box that's just behind this couch. You then again turn back around another 180 and it's to the right of the zombie barrier that's on the bottom floor. And then finally it's at the bottom section of the dinosaur skeleton, the kind of like gravel where the skeleton is actually stood inside. That'll be your third location. So after you've found your symbol and you've counted the amount of scratches in that area, you order them from the smallest to the biggest, and that's the way you input them into the machine in the lab. And when done, when it's correct should I say, the telescope will start to move and activate a handle just behind it. From here you have to hold the use button on the wheel until it stops turning, and then after it stops turning you bash it with your shield while still holding your use button. You cannot let go of your use button at any point here. You bash it with your shield as holding it, and then you'll see it'll break and it'll keep it in place. Onto the final step now. Everyone in your game must all electrocute their shield by running into the trap just below it, and then all run upstairs, and you'll see these 4 little circles on the ground. Everyone just stand in one of them and you hit the telescope with the electric shield at the same time, and if done correctly the screen will flash white and the telescope will kind of reflect a laser into the sky, removing the clouds. Then to finish this off, it's the same as the other challenge. It's ritual time. You head down the stairs and the machine underneath the telescope will open a door and another stone will be in there. Again, all players at the same time must hold square for a few seconds to activate it, and then you kill everything, and when everything is dead you collect the second piece. The final challenge, if you've been following them in the order of this video, is the night challenge, and this one again is so simple. Just make sure you have the shield built and the fully upgraded wonder weapon, or you won't even be able to start this challenge off. To start this, you have to relook into the purple viewing stone in the master bedroom and it will show a picture of a knight. At this point, all the fires in the map will go out and you need to relight them all in a certain order, but don't worry, it isn't as hard as that. For one, they are the same order every single game, and for two, there is 12 fires all split up into 3 different groups of 4, so you get 3 different gems from the map. So to do this, first of all, you need to find some fire gemstones to actually activate the trap itself. And a little tip, don't go looking for 3 of them. You only need 2 fire traps. You need the one that's inside the master bedroom, and then you need the one inside the library area to reach all the fires. And as far as fire gem location goes, don't worry, I've got them all. I've got you covered as well. This actually may be a little bit lengthy again because there is 14 locations, but here is all 14 locations for the fire gemstones. You can skip a little bit ahead if you don't really want to know where they are. The first is just to the left of where you build the shield in the corner of this server. The second one is just over to the other side, to opposite where you was then, and you'll be inside the music room. It'll be on top of this knocked over stool in front of the piano. The third is to the right of the main stairs looking towards spawn. You take them down, and on the right side it'll be on this ledge. The fourth is inside the wine cellar. Take the left entrance down and it's on the barrels that are just straight ahead of you as you get to the bottom of the stairs. The fifth is inside the trophy room to the left of the glass cabinet. The sixth is inside the dining room to the right side of the door that leads to the labs. It'll be on this green sofa. The seventh is just down the stairs towards the labs, and you take a right to the gardens and it will be on this first bench here on the left side. The eighth is just a little further ahead. You take it left and it'll be round this corner on this bench. The ninth is at the top right section of the lab on the floor next to the chaos theory building table, and then directly 180 from that will be the 10th location on the top left area of the lab area, and it'll be on the floor again. The 11th is inside the cemetery. As you enter from the library, it's directly right sat on this bench. The 12th is on the right side, go all the way up to the top of the cemetery, and you'll see on the right stairs here leading up to the middle building, it'll be on the stairs. The 13th is just to the right of the previous location on this wall next to the gravestones. And finally, the 14th location is down the right side stairs looking towards the house, and it's straight up on this big gravestone. So that is all 14 locations, and after nearly a week of constant testing, unless Treyarch decide to strangely add more locations, this is all 14 locations, and you will find 3 gemstones every single game. But as I said, you only need 2, and put them inside the fire trap at the library and the one inside the master bedroom. So you have the shield built, you have the fully upgraded wonder weapon, and both traps with gens in them. So what is next? You have to activate the trap, shoot a fully charged wonder weapon shot into the flames, and the flames will turn blue. In 30 mode, for some reason, it doesn't even show the flames, but you can see the flame on my shield. So after you've actually lit in this and the flame is blue, you run through the trap with your shield out, and you will have a flame shield. You then have around 30 seconds to light 4 fires in a specific order, and then when done correctly, each set of 4 will spawn 1 crystal. And as far as orders go for the fires, this is how you light them. The first set of fires, you use the library trap, and then run upstairs to the room where you build the shield and light this one. After that first one is lit, you run back down into the library, and looking towards the main hall, you light the right one and then the left one, and then when both of these are lit, you run back up the stairs inside the billiards room. That'll be the final fire, which when lit, it'll drop a crystal lab and you simply pick it up. The second set of fires, again, use the library trap to get your flame shield and run into the main hall. The first one you light is to the right side as you run out of this room near the west wing stairs at the bottom. You then run up the west wing stairs, and the fire just outside the master bedroom is next. Then take a 180, back down the stairs you go. On the opposite side to the first fire you lit in the main hall will be your third, and then up the east wing stairs you will find your fourth, and this is what will drop the second stone. The final set of fires will be using the trap in the master bedroom. The same rules apply to get the flame shield, and the order is inside the trophy room. You then take a right and go into the master bedroom. After both of these are lit, you take the exit towards the main hall and take a left. Follow the path until you are in the music room, and that is the third location. You then run down the stairs into the dining room, which will be your fourth location, giving you the third and final crystal. After you have all 3 crystals, the next part of this quest is to go to one of the knight armor stands around the map and press the use button to insert the crystal into the knight. The armor will break, and then the crystal will follow wherever you go. It's now your mission to take this crystal back to the forest and place it onto the corresponding colour symbol on the ground. Once you've done this for all 3, that will activate the next step. As far as locations go for the armor sets, these are where they are. One of them is in the graveyard, going up the right side stairs, follow the curve round and it's just to the right. The next set is inside the main hall to the right of the main stairs as you're looking towards spawn, just before the dining room door, I believe. And then the final one is inside the gardens. You take a right as you come down the stairs to the lab, and as you get to the gardens, take another right and it'll be sitting in the corner here. So once all 3 stones have been taken into the forest, you will notice that they actually now form ghost knights, and you have to fill these with around 10 souls each, and that's actually a process you have to complete twice. After the first 10 souls go into the knight, it'll move a little bit more forward, and then after the second lot, it'll move in front of the pack-a-punch machine. So once all 3 knights have moved 2 times and they are all in front of the pack-a-punch machine, they will form a sort of electric triangle. And all you have to do here is kill a werewolf inside the middle of this triangle. And once that's done, if it's done correctly, the crystals will form the final piece that you need. It's then the same as the other 2. All players hold square until it rises, the ritual begins, you survive the ritual, and now you can enter the boss fight. So from here, you need to just get the weapons that you need, get the perks you need, and head up to the big circle door in the forest, which will now have all 3 stones lit up inside it. For one final time, all players in the game hold the use button to power up the door, and then that will take you into the boss fight. Okay, so the main quest is complete, and all that's left is to kill the big bad wolf of the woods. This boss fight has 3 stages to it, all containing different things to do, which I'm actually quite impressed with. As you spawn in, you'll notice there'll be a green square on the ground and 3 statues all shining a light. The idea here is to rotate the lights that are white until they line up with the green square, and then lights will then turn green. And to do this, you simply just go up to the statue and hold the use button until it rotates into the right place. Once all 3 are aiming at the green square, you will then have to go and stand inside that square and get the wolf's attention to actually go inside it, and once he does, he'll become visible for around 10 seconds, and this is your opportunity to do some damage. Hitting the red spots on him kill him much faster, so do try to aim at them, and you shouldn't have to really repeat it as often as I did in this game anyway. It then repeats itself about another 2 to 3 times, and after enough damage is dealt, you'll see that he flinches, letting you know that phase 1 is done. Phase 2 is then as simple as a ritual inside the map. You just kill things, starting with zombies, then vampires, then werewolves, and after everything is dead, the actual main wolf will spawn back in and phase 3 will start. Phase 3 is the exact same as phase 1, except this time it will actually show you where the green square is. You have to go to one of the statues and rotate them until one of them locks onto the right square, and then it'll be revealed where the square is. At this point, it's the exact same as phase 1. Aim the other 2 statues at the green square, then you get his attention, make him visible, and do some damage. You then repeat this about 3 or 4 more times, a little bit more than phase 1, and then he will finally die, and congratulations, you have just completed the Dead of the Night Easter egg. Sorry this guide went on for so long, guys. You know me, I like simple and short guides, getting to the point. But there is just so much information for this. There's so many steps. There's so many locations for different things around the map. And honestly, this was the shortest that I could actually fit it all in whilst giving you every single bit of information you need. Hopefully this guide helped you out in some way, and if it did, a like is greatly appreciated. And if you are new to the channel and a fan of zombies, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on notifications before you leave to watch more zombies content in the future. Thank you all so much for sticking through this video until the end, and all I've got left to say is good luck everyone. I'll catch you all in my next video.